Does it ever feel like no matter what you do, gain, achieve, acquire, or accomplish, it's never enough and you're never satisfied? Well, why is that and what can we do about it? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Hello, Mindful Explorers, and welcome to Mindful Way to Be, where I explore topics about mental health, psychology, and self-awareness. My name's Chris, a registered therapist. So why do we get stuck in this cycle of not feeling satisfied? What are the causes? The first one is early conditioning. You see, even from a young age, we start receiving messages about the things we need to do, acquire, and achieve. Think back to when you were in school. You needed certain grades, and if you did well, you got a lot of praise from your teacher or your parents. This translated to sports as well. I always hated sports day, but I remember doing it and I never liked taking part at all. We were put into house teams and we ought to compete against each other. And the ones that won obviously got a prize. And even as kids, we were targeted by adverts. Typically, they show kids getting a new toy or gadget, or even it could be something like some cereal or a snack. And what happens when they get it? They feel happy, satisfied. They may even look cool and be accepted by their friends. So already from a young age, you're getting messages that having things, doing or achieving things will get you praise and you'll feel satisfied. And this continues through adolescence and adulthood through cultural messaging. We're told we need to go to university to get a good qualification, to get a high-paying job so we can buy the house, the car, potentially have a family, children, and get everything that we were ever told we needed. That can include gadgets, possessions, things to keep your household organized and clean and perfect and looking good. We get caught up in constantly striving for the next thing. And unfortunately, what perpetuates this now is social media. At any time of day or night, we can scroll on social media and we can see how other people are showcasing their life to us. And of course, when you see it, they have the perfect life. They have the perfect body, the perfect house, the expensive car. They're traveling, they're doing this, they're eating amazing food, they're doing that. The social media comparison trap is a nightmare, and we can all struggle with it. I know I have in the past. This leads to my next point of getting stuck in the grass is greener syndrome. We all know that expression, the grass is greener on the other side. When we start comparing our life to other people's, we start thinking, mine's not that great. We think negatively about it, and we think that the answer is on the other side of what we have. You may say, if only I had what they had, then I'd be happy. Or why don't I have what they have? I've been caught up in this too. I look at people with a bigger house or a larger salary and I think, why am I not at that stage yet? Why haven't I done this? Why haven't I achieved that? And I feel frustrated and upset. Our minds aren't really built or ready to compare ourselves to people all the time. It's not good for us. So what's the impact of the early conditioning, the cultural messaging, and getting stuck in the grass is greener syndrome? We feel constant dissatisfaction. We feel like a failure. We get stuck in perfectionism and unrealistic standards. And once we don't meet those standards and expectations, we feel like a failure, we beat ourselves up, and we feel paralyzed and helpless. So what do we do? What's the answer? What are the solutions? Well, let me give you a few tips that will hopefully help you. The first is awareness and acceptance of the fact that it never ends. No matter what you do, accomplish, gain, buy, achieve, you'll always want something more. And just think about it for a second. If you got everything you ever wanted and achieved everything you ever did, had all the experiences in the world, what would you do? You might be thinking, well, I'd be complete. I could sit on a beach, drink a cocktail, and I'd be very satisfied with everything. And my question to you is, how long would you feel satisfied and fulfilled for? Because I imagine, and I think it's highly likely, that you would get bored, whether it's after a few days, weeks, or months. You would be sitting there thinking, what now? What do I do? And then you would think of new goals and new things that you want. So just having the awareness and acceptance that this never ends is a good place to start. Next, practice gratitude. Being grateful of what we have reminds us that we're much more fortunate than others. It grounds us. Rather than thinking about all the things we don't have, we can appreciate the things we do have. You can put this down in a journal, or you can write a letter talking about all the things you're grateful for. You can think about it, or you can say it out loud. Even better yet, tell somebody that you appreciate all the things you have in your life, or tell them you're grateful to have them in your life. Imagine how they would feel about that. Feeling grateful can shift our focus away from the negative towards the positive, ultimately helping us to feel better about ourselves. The next tip is to compare yourself to your past self only. So don't compare yourself to other people, only to who you were yesterday. So think about what you actually did yesterday. Did you work on any of your goals? Did you tick off things on your to-do list? Did you go to the gym? Did you eat right? It's okay if you didn't, but today you have another chance to be better than yourself yesterday. It doesn't mean you need to aim for perfection. It just means you need to do a little bit better. This shifts the focus from comparing yourself to other people, especially what you see on social media, where quite often things are completely blown out of proportion anyway. My final tip is a really cliche one, but embrace the journey. I know when I say it and hear it, it sounds a bit cringy, but ultimately, it's a great way to live life. Quite often, when we get caught up in going from A to B, we're only focused on B. We get so caught up focusing on the goal that we forget to actually enjoy the process of getting there. So be present and relish in the little steps you're taking to get to your goal, because that involves a lot of learning, growing, and developing as a person. The satisfaction of getting there is always short-lived anyway. Think about a time that you saved up to buy something like a new car or a new product. How long were you actually happy before you forgot about it and moved on to the next thing? So let's recap. The reason nothing ever feels enough is a combination of early conditioning, cultural messaging, and getting stuck in the grass is greener syndrome. To combat this, we can be aware and accept that this striving never really ends. Otherwise, we would just feel really bored and purposeless. Practice gratitude to appreciate all the things you do have rather than focusing on the things that you don't have. Compare yourself with your past self only, not other people. And embrace the journey. Be present, relish in the small steps of getting to your goal. I hope you found this video helpful. This channel and podcast is all about gaining self-awareness to understand ourselves, others, and the world more clearly. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and let me know in the comment below about your own struggles with satisfaction and how you manage it. Stay tuned for my next video where I'll talk about why we compare ourselves to others and what we can do about it. I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching.